Hello. Hello. I'm here. It's been a bit. It's been a few days. God, my voice feels kind of weird. I haven't really God, I haven't really talked at all today. I'm sick. I'm kind of ill at the moment. I've been sick for like the past couple of days. Cuz I got my third vax. I know I get to flex my my America card. I got my booster like 2 or 3 days ago. I can't really remember. But yeah, I've been kind of in like hell since then. I felt like ungodly sick the past couple of days. I feel a little bit better today, but I'm still definitely like a smidge under the weather. Let me not forget to start my arbitrary timer here. There you go. What's up, Nitra? Yeah, Hobbit. And I got I don't know. Because I feel under the weather, I decided to go with the most disgusting color scheme I could think of. So we're like we're like piss on blood. We're mustard on ketchup here. It's just hideous to look at. And when my timer goes red, it turns blue, which is like a really nice, appealing color. You can tell I definitely favor the blues. Like blues and purples are where it's at. I kid you not, that's my favorite color, Nitra. No, this is grime. This is sludge. I hope you don't look at, like, it's fine to like yellow. Obviously, that's not my preference, but I hope you would look at this corn dog smattering of colors on my screen and not think that that's in line with your favorite still. Okay. Hi, though. I'm here. Fuck. I hate not streaming for, like, a week. It feels really weird to come back to it. But I'm back. Well, you know, I feel for your family, Nitra. That's all I can say. God, yellow. Yellow is not on my list. Alright. Well, I guess it's on some kind of list. Not the kind of list that you'd want it to be. Hello. I forget how to do this. Like, God. I'm not sure, like, you know, if I have, like, absolutely zero good runs on this stream. Which, by the way, this is all I plan on doing, is doing Hobbit for the entire stream. I know that, like, in the past few streams, I've been like, I want to mix in more variety and all that shit, but for one, tomorrow we're doing Hobbit races again. I scheduled the next race session for tomorrow, and I haven't even touched the Hobbit for over a week at this point, so I probably want to get at least a little bit of practice in. Especially because I came, like, pathetically dead last in most of those races. I know that I wasn't the only person who came pathetically dead last, but I was definitely one of them. So yeah, I would like to get some practice. And, also, I don't know, I just don't really have a lot of energy to do, like, new stuff or try and be entertaining for, you know, fun content. So I'm just going back to, like, the old standard that, you know, it's good old reliable. Well, that's good. At least, yeah, I mean, you know, Hobbit's not really, it's not washed up like SM64. No one cares about SM64, right? That's why Hobbit's on the uptrend. Everything else is on the downtrend. Hobbit's going straight to the moon, guys. Straight to the moon with the Hobbit. I don't know, I guess there is some, like, aspect to it that is like, hey, it's you know, it's not, like, the most popular of speed games, but there has been some attention on it recently. Like, I feel like such a poser, because, like, I just happened to be into The Hobbit, like, very, very shortly before, like, it got mainstream attention, and I say mainstream attention, I really just am directly talking about Critical, watching M. Karma's video on it, but, you know, because I was in the Hobbit scene before that happened, I I feel like anybody who came to my stream as a result of Critical has just, like, kind of expected that, like, oh, well, this guy's streaming The Hobbit, so clearly he's been a part of the community for years, right? And I'm like, dude, I just got here. Like, I literally just showed up, like, a week ago. Like, I'm not a Hobbit gamer, and I would hope that, like, my performance would show that, but anyways, fucking Hobbit. But yeah, if my performance is lackluster today, I blame it entirely on the fact that, like, my left arm is kind of entirely useless. I don't know, so, like, the first vax didn't affect me at all. I think that's pretty typical, is that the first dose is, on average, not going to affect you. Second dose sent me out for, like, one night. Like, the evening of, and I felt completely fine when I got my second shot, and I'm talking about Moderna, in case, you know, people want to reference. I know that not every single vaccine is the same, but you know, mostly are. Anyways, yeah, I felt fine the entire day when I got the second shot, but then that evening, when I was, like, cooking dinner for myself, I just, like, fell apart. Like, when I get really sick, I start, like, convulsing. I don't know. I think it's, like, a nerve thing. Like, I get in my head, and, like, I can think about it, and I can, like, calm myself down to the point where I stop convulsing. But, like, it's some fucking nervous thing I have where, I'll just, like, uncontrollably convulse until I calm myself down. What's my favorite time signature? Anything that's not 4-4, I guess. Is that good enough for you, Crix? Hopefully so. But yeah, I just kind of, like, break down, and so obviously I didn't have the best time making dinner that night. But then I woke up the next morning and I was, like, completely fine. Big fan of 13/8. Sounds yeah, that sounds like hell. That sounds impossible to work with, but yeah, you know, I'm sure it can sound nice. Get some polyrhythms in there, 3 triplets and 2 doubles. I guess that makes it make a little bit more sense in my head. But third shot has destroyed me. Like, absolutely. The past few days I haven't really been able to eat that much. Like, today is the first day where I got, like, a good meal in me. Yeah, I haven't been eating that well because, like, I just feel like I'm gonna throw up. But I feel a little bit better today. So, here I am, I guess. But, yeah, fuck. This arm is, like, dead. Like, completely fucking... Like... I can't fucking lift it, like... I guess... here's a joke for you. It's a good thing I'm not a neo-Nazi, because this is as hard as I can lift this bad boy today. It's kind of, well, fucking goddamn. Like, that's kind of relevant to one thing I planned on talking about today. Is over the past week, I've heard a name that I've, like, literally never heard before, but it's getting some attention online. And I'm sure that a lot of people have heard about this guy, but okay, let's start, like, playing the game. Fucking. Dude, it makes so much sense now, though. Like, I was wondering why, you know, it's kind of weird how most conservatives don't want the vax, and now I understand it. It's because they can't do their favorite salute. No, for the past week, I've done a smidge of research on somebody I've never heard about before, but apparently they have, like, a decent community. Well, when I say decent community, I mean decently sized. You can make your own judgment on the community yourself. But Sam Hyde, let me just say the name, Sam Hyde. I've never heard of this guy before. The only reason I know of him is because, like, YouTube just fucking started recommending me, like, multiple videos a day of this thing that Sam Hyde had done with Ian iDubbbz. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm surprised why I haven't heard of it, especially, like, you know, if it's something that Ian did, I'm surprised I'm not hearing it from him first. But I quickly, Like, just doing, like, the first day's little bit of research on the guy, I quickly found out why I've never heard of this guy. It's yeah, you know, it's for reasons. Again, like, I don't really want to try and have, like, an unbiased opinion of the guy, because I clearly have my own opinions on the guy. But, I don't know, I also don't want to, like... like, out of nowhere get a bunch of hate messages from people I've never heard of, I guess is the best way of putting it. Because, like, there are some really, really defensive people over Sam Hyde, and not just in the alt-right side of things. Like, there are a lot of people I've seen, especially recently with the iDubbbz thing, there are a lot of people I've seen defending Sam Hyde and saying, like, every bad thing you see about him is, like, clearly people not getting the joke and, like, oh, he's a satirical genius. Like, if you think he's a fucking alt-right... Ooh, what fucking button did I press there? I think I pressed Q? Yeah, I pressed Q. This is a good run. If you think that, that he's some fucking alt-right white supremacist neo-Nazi, then it's obviously a joke that's been... you know, twisted out of its original context. So you see a lot of people saying that he's not a bad guy, and, well, I mean, you know, bad is, I guess, based on your own, you know, perspective on the situation, but he's not alt-right, is what some people will claim. And I don't know, maybe he fucking claims himself as a centrist, who knows, because, like, that's kind of how the majority of centrists go. So basically, I have no fucking clue what his actual political affiliation is from his own eyes. But out of all of the research, you will admittedly get, like, a lot of false claims going around. But there are few, like, you know, reliably sourced claims that, like, that's all you need. Like, there's one post in particular he did in AMA. And one of his answers on the AMA, like, I don't know, like, I don't need any other research, basically, once I found the AMA post. Yeah, this is kind of a speedrun. This is kind of a speedrun. You can save at the pedestal and reload. When you reload, your meter will be full. It saves a few seconds over... Hey! That's cool. I didn't know that, but I'm resetting anyways. By that's cool, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, it's cool to know, but also, like, if I fuck this up, then I kind of just want to reset anyways. But thanks for the attempted advice, Crix. It is, you know, it's definitely probably helpful, but I'll never take advantage of it. But yeah, the AMA post really, like, I don't know why so many people, like, defend him by saying, I don't know if it's people that are in denial. Like, I'd like to get an interview, not with Sam Hyde himself, but can I get an interview with, one of the defenders of Sam Hyde who claims that he's not alt-right? Because I just want to know, like, is it denial? Is it just, like, lack of research or what? Who knows? But look, I'll say that I think he is very funny. Like, I'm not going to take that away from him. Sam Hyde does seem like a funny guy. His video on Ian, I didn't watch the entire thing, but I skimmed it, and, like, the bit I saw, especially, like, just the bit at the beginning where they were going over, like, their plans for what they were going to do when Ian showed up, extremely funny. Like, just the idea, the premise of it, like, you could frame that it's shitty, because they kind of did, like, sabotage the whole thing Ian was trying to do, but at the same time, like, he is a comedian, and he's known for being chaotic, for good or for bad. Doesn't really matter in this context, but I guess the main thing is, like, what did Ian really expect when he got into this thing? Like, was he really thinking he would get, like, a heart-on-heart, really, really nice bonding experience with Sam Hyde? Who knows? Was he trying to break out the truth behind his situation? Who knows? But that's not what he got. He got, like, Like, the whole thing was a staged act, essentially. Like, every single bit of footage that iDubbbz got was unusable because it was, like, just a series of pranks, more or less, which is really funny. Like, I still really like the concept, but Sam Hyde himself, I don't know. To put it nicely, I'll say I don't know. I feel like I do know, but I'm being very diplomatic here, which, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's a bad idea for me to be diplomatic over this kind of thing. But he's definitely funny. I also did go back and see, like, one of the other most popularly cited videos of Sam Hyde's is, he somehow convinced, like, the I don't know, the TED Talk organization, whoever organizes TED Talks, he convinced some fucking college or whatever to believe that he was some, like, important philosophical thinker, and he just, like, completely made, like, maybe the most awkward, uncomfortable talk in the entirety of TED Talk history, which is hard to do, honestly, because there are a lot of really uncomfortable, poorly put together TED Talks out there. You know, I don't really have a lot of respect for the TED agency, but anyways, yeah, that's, you know, again, like, another, it's not traditional comedy. It's a weird thing to do, and it's pretty funny. So I'll say that the guy is definitely funny. Am I gonna clip, or are we just, yeah, we're just deliberating for a little bit? Thanks, Bilbo. Had to really think about if he wanted to go through that wall. He's funny, for sure. But he also, like, definitely is, all right. I mean, like, you can say what you want about, like, the one thing that people bring up a lot is, like, he donated, I think it was, like, $5,000 to the head of the Daily Stormer, which is, like, a very fascist neo-Nazi news website. Some people claim that it was a joke, but I don't know. Is donating $5,000 to one guy, like, a joke? Like, is that the punchline? I mean, I know I'm saying this from a guy who just complimented his, like, out there... Oh, this was, like, a kind of good run before that happened, huh? I know I just complimented him for his out there, like, unstandard comedy, but at the same time, like, that... I don't even think that he tried to spin it as a joke. Like, I don't even... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think that some people try and defend him, but this is, like, I don't know, so many people who defend him, I'm just like... I don't know... I understand that people, like, there's a lot of people who defend him that are also alt-right, and they're just like, fuck you, followed by a list of slurs. He's the funniest guy doing comedy right now, and you're just a piss-pants libtard who's, like, you know, who's upset that someone on the other side can be funny. But a lot of people defend him by saying he's not alt-right, which I don't understand, because, I mean, like, okay, let me read chat for a little bit here. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know, man. I guess I'll just talk about his post in the AMA thing he did. Like, he did an AMA. I don't even think it was listed, because, like, the original AMA post was deleted. And, like, this is where you could get into, you know, unreliable source. How do we know that it was really Sam Hyde who said this when, like, the original source is deleted? But there's enough people, like, in disconnected parts of the internet that have linked to this answer in this specific AMA. And I don't even know if the original post is actually deleted, but I could not find the original post in anywhere I was looking, so I was probably just looking in the wrong spaces, if I had to guess. I would imagine that the kind of spaces that he's posting these things are not the kind of spaces that I frequent, So, like Reddit, for example, like Reddit, am I right, gamers? Is that relatable and funny? Well, there was that other post about the fucking, what is it, Maxwell Hill, the, like, very popular, like, Reddit moderator account that is, like, very heavily tied to, Ghislaine Maxwell. That's another fun one. But, yeah, sorry, Crix. Reddit is a home of pedophiles. You've been told here first. Anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the AMA post. Who cares where it fucking came from? I know that, like, 1,000 billion people, if 1,000 billion people ever hear this, would get upset over me saying that sentence there, but, it seems like it's trustworthy enough with the amount that this is cited, and, like, at literally no point... kind of at literally no point anywhere does Sam Hyde seemingly try and, like, defend himself on these things. Like, you'll see a lot of people say, you know, he's a white supremacist, he's a neo-Nazi, he's alt-right, whatever, fuck. And, like, a lot of people come to his defense for him, but, like, on his own, you know, platforms, which is kind of limited given the nature of how he was more or less taken off of, I don't know, the internet. I can't say it, but, like, he's clearly on the internet, but, like, anyways, he's blacklisted to a degree. Yeah, he doesn't really seem to outwardly defend himself on these platforms, so, like, I don't think that he, well, for a number of reasons, wants to deny these claims. One, because, like, I personally think that, like, the controversy kind of fuels him a little bit, and also I think that the controversy is just not really controversy. I think that it's just, like, the truth that people try to make seem controversial, but I really think that, like, the people defending him by saying he's not this or he's not that just are the most ignorant on the full picture. But so the AMA post, like, really doesn't look good. Like, it's, I don't know how you could read those words from, you know, his own mouth and be like, and it's also like, he says in the post, he's like, you know, when I'm making comedy, I don't try and make it political, which is questionable for one, but beyond that, he's saying that, like, this post is one of the, you know, few times he's going to talk openly about his own political beliefs, and basically everything he says is kind of cringe, dog. It's kind of sus. There are some things, such as him saying that, you know, allowing immigration is the same thing as importing rape into your country. He says that, you know, if whites don't gang up together, and I think his exact words were, if white people don't gain a tribal sense of self-interest, that, you know, the entire Western civilization will turn into Sharia law. Like, he's very fucking, like, doom and gloom about the whole situation, but that's kind of just, like, the alt-right perspective in general. Well, I guess that's just kind of politics in general, is that everyone sees doom and gloom in their own ways, right? But, yeah, I don't know how you can defend him and say he's not on, at the very least, the right end of the spectrum. Probably, definitely also in the alternate right end of the spectrum, the far right, with things like that. But some people just, I don't know. I guess some people just want to. I feel like what it is mostly is a lot of people who think he's funny, which again, I also think he's funny, but they don't feel good about saying he's funny. Like, they don't in their heart of hearts feel good watching his content or you know, laughing to it, unless they make the defense themselves that it's okay to think he's funny because he's not actually alt-right. I think that that's what the majority of those defenders come from, is a sense of guilt for laughing at his jokes and needing to, like, defend themselves by defending him. That's what I see in it, at the very least. There you go, Bilbo actually clipped this time. But who honestly fucking knows? The other large group of supporters are like I said earlier, they'll just like, I'm not even gonna jump. I'm not even gonna jump for it. They'll just toss slurs your way and, you know, talk about the hypocrisy in modern media, which, like, yeah, you know, media definitely is more, you know, left allowing, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, yeah, you know, you can have someone like, wow, nice. I would like to shove firewood into that hole. How the fuck did you not grab that key, Bilbo? Like, it's not really a big fucking controversy when someone like Tim Heidecker goes on, like, a very far-left podcast and talks about, you know, socialism. I think there's a reason for it. I don't know. Look, I really don't want to turn this into, like, my own fucking politics segment, because, like, yeah, you know, I'm definitely a fairly left-leaning guy. So, like, anything I could say about the politics of this situation is just, you know, going to be self-inflating, more or less. But that is the main argument you'll see from the people that are actually on the right in support of Sam Hyde, is that, well, you know, things would have been different if Sam Hyde existed, like, 30 years ago, you know, like, the only reason he's blacklisted, and he had a TV show, for the record. Like, I didn't even mention maybe the biggest, you know, controversy surrounding Sam Hyde is that he did have a TV show on Adult Swim, but it got taken off, and not because the ratings were bad or anything. Like, I think that the show performed decently well, but I think the network just didn't want to be associated with Sam Hyde, and there's technically a bit of controversy surrounding that, where at the time, Sam Hyde fully believed that it was Tim Heidecker alone that canceled his show, and that he was, like, campaigning against it or something, which at no point, well, I don't know. Like, look, we can't know for sure, right? Like, maybe Tim Heidecker did say a few words here or there, but it's not Tim Heidecker's sole decision, for one. Like, Tim Heidecker is not the owner of the fucking network. If the show was really performing, like, phenomenally, like, it takes more than one person to get a show off of a network like that. Whatever. Anyways, I think that, like, the situation around that was kind of handled, like, clumsily, awkwardly, with no regard towards, well, mainly Tim Heidecker's well-being, and you can say what you want about Tim Heidecker. Like, I still think that Tim Heidecker is also really funny, and, you know, funny in creative ways. Like, his, like, court session for On Cinema at the Cinema is, like, honestly, like, I don't know. It's weird, right? Because, like, on one hand, I do think that court session is maybe, like, one of the most boring things you can watch, because it is, like, it's just a court hearing for, you know, a fake trial. I hate it when I get the angle wrong there. Like, it is just it's a court hearing. But on the other hand, it's also, like, I don't know, it's funny just in the concept of it alone. Like, he doesn't even have to tell jokes, which, like, I mean, well, you can argue whether they're jokes or not. He does, like, do things while trying to be funny. This is such a sloppy run, but it's a broccoli stream, and I'm not even looking at my splits. Wow, it's a really sloppy run. Hey, I golded on riddles. That's pretty slick. It's actually a good run. It turns out it was a good run until that moment. Dude. I didn't even know it was fucking possible to die to fall damage there. But, again, no reset run. This'll be, like, the sickest... Why? Wait, I was up there! I fucking closed my eyes because I was so disappointed in myself. I didn't know you could make that after sliding so wrongly. Yeah, this'll be a really fun run to PB against if I actually PB here. Because this is, like, maybe the worst flies and spiders I've ever had. Well, probably not, actually. There were some really bad ones towards the start of my Hobbit career, as it were. But, fucking, what am I talking about? Yeah, Tim Heidecker is very funny. His stand-up bit, like his stand-up, you know, what if we did comedy without a safety net, and he fucking throws his flashcards out and completely bombs, and his stand-up routine was also hilarious. Like, Tim Heidecker is also doing a lot of fun and innovative things in comedy. So, you know, I don't want to act like Sam Hyde is the only person pushing comedy forward or anything. Tim is also good. But, yeah, there was some controversy around the show's cancellation, revolving around Tim Heidecker, because at the time, I think Sam Hyde truly believed that Tim, like, you know, tried his hardest to get the show off of Adult Swim, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It's not really here nor there. There was no, you know, public statement about it. Like, you know, it's basically just an assumption that Sam Hyde had, and I honestly, like, I can't even fucking blame Tim if he did, though, because, like, for months prior to the show's cancellation, like, once the show was on Adult Swim, you know, Tim had been running, and I think still is running, a call-in show where, you know, he just has people call in and talks about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about. And since the show had been on Adult Swim, he got many people call into his show. I might want to focus here because I fucking suck at doing this lately. I'm gonna try, like, turning my camera way farther to the right compared to where I used to. Like, way far to the right. Okay, that seemed... Fucking Christ, dude. I hate falling out of the tree like that. Let me get past this. Give me a moment of silence. Thank you, RuneScape music, for stopping at the perfect opportunity. Can I get a moment of somber, solemn silence for Bilbo as he fucks up barrels repeatedly, like always? Classic Bilbo. Okay. There you go, there you go. And then I need to walk, like, a little bit further out compared to how I used to. I used to just, like, try and jump for the second branch there, but it's way more consistent if you just walk a little bit upwards. Alright. So yeah, he had his call-in show, and ever since the MDE/Sam Hyde's show had been on Adult Swim, he got people calling into his show, really upset with him, and you know, talking about Tim's political beliefs and kind of shitting on him in every way, shape, and form. And then at the end of their call, like, basically every single time, you would get this, like, really aggravated, angry person that's just there to yell at Tim. At the end of their call, they would be like, hey, by the way, have you seen the Adult Swim show? What the fuck is going on here? Am I moving? Oh my god, I am. I hate this camera angle. It's really hard to tell. At the end of their call, they would be like, by the way, have you seen MDE's show on Adult Swim? And Tim would just say, no, I haven't seen it. I typically don't watch other shows on Adult Swim. The only shows I care about are my own, which is a fair enough answer. But they were, like, very incessant about it. And also, like, on Twitter as well, he would get death threats. He would get, I mean, just general unpleasant comments talking about how he's fallen off, how, like, he's not fucking funny anymore. Hey, Cypress, by the way. Sorry, I don't get much opportunity to look at chat during this game. But, it's been a while. I have stopped. Bilbo is over. You're fucking done, Bilbo. You're canceled. But yeah, you know, he would get a lot of hate, and almost all of his hate was followed by, you know, hey, have you seen MDE's new show? It's way fucking funnier than anything you ever done, dipshit. So I wouldn't even, you know, hold it against him if he had, like, you know, something against Sam Hyde /MDE /the show, just because of, like, you know, all of the awful people that watched it, that kind of surrounded it and surrounded him and made him feel like, shit day in and day out. I don't blame him for if he did say anything towards the Adult Swim network about the show, because like, fucking why wouldn't he? He's getting harassed on a daily basis, and clearly it's tied to this show in some way. So I doubt that Tim did, but if he did, I completely understand why as well. The reason I say I doubt he did is not because I don't think he would. The main reason I say I doubt Tim had anything to do with the decision is primarily because I really don't think that he had, the power in the network to do that if he wanted to. So yeah, that was that whole ordeal. Sam Hyde also, after the show was canceled, made an appearance on Tim's call-in show and did not act. God damn it, dude! I hate it when you fucking clip out through there. Did not act how you would want someone to act. I mean, the dude is not really a professional, so, you can't really expect him to act like a professional. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure there was, a vague allusion to a threat there. Hearing back the call-in Sam Hyde did, he very much, if he didn't intend it to be a threat, he very much said something that sounded threatening. And you can hear Tim, after Sam says that, Tim is like, what did you just say? And then Sam Hyde, plays it off as, I hope you're doing well. And then the fucking call ends. But he was definitely very obviously upset that his show was canceled. And that's an admittedly fair thing to be upset about. But I feel like, and so I watched a little pseudo documentary. I don't really want to call it a documentary because it was, I don't know. It was formatted weirdly in such that it was less of a documentary, more of just a collection of contextual clips relating to the Tim Heidecker Sam Hyde thing. And it showcased Sam Hyde going on some, alt-right associated podcast after the fact. And I think at that point he was less upset at Tim and no longer thought, oh, did I even stand still long enough? This might be officially the worst Clouds Burst I've ever done. But yeah, I think by that point he had kind of, let off on Tim and realized that it definitely wasn't just him. Not that he, yes, I definitely fucked up. God damn it, dude. I don't even know what happens when you do this. I think it unloaded the area I need loaded, but I might be wrong on that. I'm kind of surprised that there was even ground here, but hopefully it's still loaded. I honestly can't tell. I'm just gonna go under the assumption that it is loaded, because I don't want to do it over again, and if this run is dead, then this run is dead. I'm not that attached to it one way or the other. It would be my first PB in forever. Why is this not working? Bro, this setup was so consistent. There you go. Oh god, it almost fucked up still. God damn it, dude. Alright, that's fine. I don't care about this run. I'll just get stuck in the only place you can get stuck here for the rest of my days. It was a decent run. Let me fucking read through chat here before I continue ranting about Sam Hyde. Oh, let's see. Had to Google Sam Hyde, that's what the wiki says. Are you sure that's not just a part of his comedy? It's definitely not just a part of his comedy, though a lot of people want you to think that for some reason. Again, I really think it's the majority of people who say that, I think, are just trying to, defend their own credibility for finding the guy funny, which, I don't know. You can find the guy funny and still not agree with, anything else he has to say. I am a game dev, Estacako. I am. Sort of reminds you when Scott Cawthorn said he voted for Trump. Kind of. I mean, Scott Cawthorn did more than that. But yeah. C# and with Unity, Estakaka. But I'm working on my own engine now, and that's just in C#, and I'm using OpenGL through some other library that I couldn't name off the top of my head. I kind of forget what it's called. But OpenGL, SDL, and I also forget the thing I'm using for network code. There's not very many C# network libraries, but it was like the only one that was like positively talked about, so I just went with that one. Thank you for the compliment on my hair. I work so hard on not grooming it whatsoever. I think it's a combination of not taking showers for like 2 or 3 days at a time while I was sick, and then way too much conditioner today. The Gathering of the Clouds clip is way more consistent if you hold caps lock. Gathering of the Clouds clip. Oh, yeah, okay. What does caps lock even do? What the fuck is that bound to? What the fuck is caps lock? I think I rebound whatever you're talking about. What is it supposed to be? I'm trying to think of... Is caps lock the camera button? The, camera control button, got it. PS1 dev, NES, and Sega Genesis. I know that Insomnimatic... What's his fucking online name? I got so used to just calling him by his first name. Where is he? Yeah, Insomnimatic. I got it right, dude. I can be professional. I know that he dabbled in that a little bit, so I would guess it's from your recommendation. But, yeah, it's cool. I've never messed with the older console stuff, but, I mean, it just seems like... I don't want to worry about, like, memory management stuff. That's why I'm using fucking C#. So... doing anything on older consoles has always seemed miserable to me. No, you're fine, Cypress. And yeah, it's definitely longer. I'm trying to think of when the last time I got a haircut was. I mean, that can be documented through my streams. I know I definitely didn't get a haircut in, like, the long break I took. So fuck, yeah, it's been a while since I got a haircut. Did it on his own. There you go. Okay, I thought I was having a stroke, but I'm glad it was just a typo. Did on his own accord. Well, that's good. It's the best motivation is the one you can find within. All right, let's exit the game because you have to exit the game to reset. It's a really well-made bit of software, The Hobbit. The Hobbit for PC. It creates good habits and memory management. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that one bit, but that's why I never want to take part in it. It's because, I mean, look, I probably should be more careful with how I use the computer's memory, especially with C# because it's garbage collected. Like, you can definitely fall into some pitfalls where, like, if you design certain aspects of like, game objects incorrectly, like, your game will just not be able to run properly, especially with, like, how you load things in. But, I mean, for the most part, with modern PCs, like, even with, like, older PCs, honestly, at this point, like, memory, it does not really matter. Like, computers are fast. Obviously, like, yeah, it's even less of a concern if I'm working with C++, but, like, I just kind of dislike C++ for a lot of other reasons. Namely, it's clunky to use. I hate header files. And I know header files are like the biggest wah thing to complain about, but like, it really is like just an extra bit of annoyance for me. I just don't like the way header files work. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just used to C# at this point. I've been using it for so long. It's convenient. The slowness issues with it are typically not really a problem anymore, so it's fine, basically. Stream's been good. It's been alright, you know? I feel like I really hit my groove talking about Sam Hyde. It's just maybe not something I should be proud of. I have not played Lego Lord of the Rings. And, well, that's not true. I did play this game. I was gonna say I've hardly played this game myself. I did play this game as a kid. I think I talked about it on my casual playthrough of it before I started speedrunning. But my recollection of this game is very limited. I'm pretty sure I got it as a rental through, like, one of those mail-in rental video game services. And, never got past the 3rd level. Or maybe 2nd level? Fuck, no, third level. Never got past whatever the fucking troll stealth level is. It's all a blur when you're doing the speedrun. So yeah, I had very little experience with it growing up, but then the only reason I started speedrunning it is because, well, I've always known that Simple Flips speedran it, and Simple has always said it's like, he's always thought that The Hobbit would be an amazing speed game. And so I've always had that, like, in the back of my head, but I was surprised I had never heard more about The Hobbit speedruns with such, you know, such a strong compliment towards it, such a prideful defense for The Hobbit's name. And then, I don't know, like, how long has it been? Like a month and a half, 2 months ago, M. Karma, who is 2nd place on the PC leaderboard. I don't fucking know anything about the GameCube leaderboard. He might be 1st on the GameCube leaderboard. Honestly, no idea. But he made a documentary on the history of the Hobbit speedruns, which interested me enough to get into the game myself. And it's, you know, from there it's been history. From there it's been Hobbiton history. Anyone else big fan of the Silmarillion? I hope not, dude. Fucking, I talk shit about Tolkien enough, but like that dude was probably, he was probably up to no good in his off time. That crazy little freak. I don't know. I just think that fucking, I hate lore, dude. I'll be real. I hate, like, look, you can enjoy like the Lord of the Rings movies. I do. I think the original Lord of the Rings trilogy is great. You know, it has some down moments, but they're great movies still to this day. But like, come on, man. Like, you can enjoy Lord of the Rings, you can enjoy Star Wars, but when you start cracking into like the deep hidden lore that's not even talked about in, like, you know, the franchises. Well, I guess what I should say, to make this as clear as possible, the interface that most people have with the franchise, which, like, for better or for worse, like, most people's interface with Lord of the Rings is with the movies, right? Like, I'm sure the books are great, and probably definitely better than the movies, but at the same time, like, you gotta admit that you're definitely a turbo nerd if you're the kind of person who looks at, like, something in the Lord of the Rings movie and is like, well, actually, this is really wrong, and it's not supposed to go this way. I just will not stand for turbo nerdism like that. Silmarillion included. The average Silmarillion enjoyer is not an enjoyer of mine, probably. But also, like, I realize I'm an asshole, and you can be interested in whatever you want to be interested in. It's just, like, definitely not my thing. Which is fine. There are many things that are not my thing. Like the average Roblox simulator / tycoon to my girlfriend's demise. But anyways, I don't know if there's too much more to. I fucking hate when I fuck up my slash jump so miserably that I don't even make it to the stairs there. That's gotta be the most embarrassing way to die on Overhill. Claiming it, guaranteed. That right there. Most embarrassing way to die. He is first on GameCube, yes. I figured. What's my goal right now? My goal is honestly ambiguous even to myself. I think I could fairly confident. I mean, my sum of best on my speedrun, and for those who don't know much about speedruns, sum of best is if you took all of my best times that I've ever gotten on any individual level and added them up into a theoretical perfect run of mine, my time is 1442, which is, you know, solidly 4 minutes faster than my best actual run. So I think I could definitely get closer to like 15 minutes. I think what my actual goal for this stream, though, is just getting more consistent, because I've got races tomorrow, and I don't want to, like, completely bomb on absolutely every race like I did last time. You own the Silmarillion book? I imagine it's hard to read. It's because it's not made for human legibility. Like, isn't the entire point of the Silmarillion, wasn't it, like... From my understanding, I'm pretty sure the Silmarillion was just, like, Tolkien's, like, notes, right? Like, wasn't it just his own personal accord of the lore and, like, how things work in his world, just so that while he was writing, he wouldn't, like, you know, accidentally break canon at any point? Like, that was my understanding of it. So, like, yeah, it's literally not made for people to read. Like, it was just his own personal fucking scrabbling so that he didn't fuck up anywhere. You can probably guess how I feel about FNAF. Dude, okay, I had a slight hankering towards you and thinking that you probably were a FNAF enjoyer when you mentioned Scott Cawthorn. But, goddamn, no. No, I am not a FNAF enjoyer. I think that from everything I've seen, the games are very surface level, and it does the same thing I don't like about Inscription, but Inscription is honestly even more in your face about it, where it's like there's this fucking like ARG type, oh, there's more than what meets the eye sort of thing surrounding it, but it's just like, dude, it's really, everything about it feels like what if Ness was Sans to me. Like, that's what it reads as. It's like the worst takes from game theory, but they're actually real and canon and put into the game. That's how FNAF feels to me. To some extent, that's kind of how I feel about Inscription, though it's kind of a weird comparison. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Tolkien, he made the Goblin. Like, what a crazy guy. He created the Goblin. Yeah. Dude, I forgot I fucking whined and bitched about how sad I was when my girlfriend and I were going through a couple rough patches, but we are still together. I've whined and bitched about so many things on the stream. Too much. Okay. Well, honestly, keep it that way, Crix. You're probably in the better by doing that. FNAF does not seem, I don't know, like, it's like Kingdom Hearts. I think that's a good way. Like, the fucking Sans' Ness game theory comparison I also think is funny and slightly applicable, but it really is, like, it's more tightly tied to the way that, like, Kingdom Hearts structures its storytelling, which is that, like, absolutely nothing is planned. When they're going to make a new installment into the series, they just kind of, like, force things in and then, like, retcon it to make sense, and it's just, like, it's a complete fucking disaster. But, like, 12-year-olds will look at it and be like, oh my god, this world is so deep and interconnected, where it's really just like a fucking spider web of plot holes that had to be patched up. Yeah, I don't respect it that much. Not sure if you can tell. I'm not the FNAF respecter. Yeah, I think I'm done talking about Sam Hyde, though. I'm trying to think of, like, if there's anything else interesting to say on the matter. I guess, like, I don't know. I should say that I did find... Sorry, excuse me, by the way. I'm fucking sick, so, like, if I fucking burp and puke and vomit and puke and throw up and puke all over my microphone, you can't blame me. I'm sick. I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about, and, like, I mean, I don't know. The thing that's weirdest to me is that, like, so one of the biggest things Sam Hyde is, like, defensive about is, I mean, he's very defensive of white pride, which is like, okay, sure, buddy. Yeah, see you, Cypress, and good luck with that. It was stressful as fuck for me. I assume you're talking about a driving license. I mean, I know there are other licenses, like for law or for doctors. But since you just left it out vaguely in general, I'm going to assume it's for a driver's license. I was like very panicked when I took my test for my driving license, but then like the instructor that I got was so fucking done with the day. We came in like right at closing time, and she was like debating on not even giving us my test, but I was like, oh, come on, dude. We're only in here for like, cause we were in Galveston for like the day, and then we had to go back to Houston, and I really didn't want to take my driving test in Houston for probably obvious reasons. So we were like, we're only in here for one more day. If you don't do it today, we can't do it. Which I know we're the assholes here. We should have just let her clock out for the day. But she agreed. She took us on the test. And because she was so fucking done with it, she just, like, basically instructed me on everything I was doing wrong, but, like, in a helpful manner. Because she was like, I'm just going to give you your license and go. Like, she literally step by step told me exactly how to parallel park, because I honestly was like, that was the thing I was most worried about. It's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to parallel park depending on how tight they make the space. Like I kind of knew how to do it, but like she was like, okay, stop here, put it in reverse, you know, turn your wheel as far as you can. She gave me like step by step everything I needed to do, so I got the easy pass, which is probably not a good idea, because I to this day am still like a very nervous, not confident driver. But you and Riff got married. Congratulations. That's huge. That's huge for you two. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I had any sour feelings towards the group. It's just that, I don't know, I'm just not a group-oriented guy. Like, I've made groups of my own in the past and, like, disbanded them. Like, I had a racing group with, like, a group of friends of mine. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't like group identity that much. But that's great. And, yeah, good luck. And thanks for stopping by as well. Alright, let me get back into gaming. Yeah, Sam Hyde, he's not just defensive about, you know, fucking white tribalism or, like, white culture, which is just a funny sentence on its own, but, he's very afraid of the loss of traditional masculinity, which, like, that one, he's serious about it. Like, I know for a fact that he's really serious about that sentiment, but I don't know, like, if you need to, like, look up a picture of what Sam Hyde looks like, and he got his fucking glasses frames himself, okay? So I don't feel bad about saying he looks like an alt-right Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Like, I don't know if this is the guy who needs to be defending the traditional view of masculinity, but he is. He's trying his hardest. it's really funny how that works, you know? You see a lot of it in, like, incel groups that are, like, you know, I mean, that is kind of, like, a very incel statement now that I think about it. It is, like, one of the main things that incels talk about is that these traditional things are, like, going out the wayside, but they take it in a different direction than Sam Hyde is taking it. Anyways... What's my point here? My point is that it's funny, and it really seems like that's a bit. Like, come on, dude. But he's serious, and you can tell he's serious on that one for a number of reasons. And, like, it's so bizarre. Like, one of the top comments you'll see on... Aren't I not supposed to use that word? Which word did I use? Did I use a no-no word? Did I use a bad word? What did I say? I said libtard earlier. Is that a problem? Oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to say incel. Sorry. I forgot incel was a bannable offense on Twitch because, I don't know, I guess Twitch has logged on as the incel defender. No. But I talked about it when that was a thing. That was months ago. Almost like, it was over a year ago. That was talked about as an issue. Yes, it is fucking stupid as hell that Twitch made that post, but at the same time, the post was only in the context of harassment. So, like, you know, if I looked at who's somebody that I can make fun of and probably won't feel bad about it. If I looked at Hark the Human's channel on twitch.tv and said, Hark is an absolute incel, can you look at him? You think that this guy, a married man, has ever had sex? Don't think so. That could be a bannable offense. But, I don't think that just saying the word incel is bannable. Anyways... sorry, Hark. I needed to throw someone under the bus, and I figured the married man is probably the easiest one to go for. Well, I guess I could have used Shattered Rift since he's now newly married, isn't he? That could have been a good one. But I don't think I mean, I have, like, literally zero rapport with Hark, so if Hark's gonna be mad at me for that one, that's completely fair. But, anyways, yeah. What was I talking about? Fucking Sam Hyde still, for some reason. Like, one of there's, like, different brands of comments you'll find on Sam Hyde's iDubbbz video. One of the most frequent posts I've seen are a lot of weirdos. I mean, I don't know. Just, like, in general, Sam Hyde defenders are kind of strange. Like, you can say the video is funny. I think that, like, the parts that I saw were fucking hilarious. I love when Sam Hyde was teaching iDubbbz how to drive stick, and Ian is doing an absolutely horrible job of it, and Sam Hyde is just, like, not giving any real advice at all. He's like, it's just about the vibes, man. You gotta feel the vibes. It's very funny. Like, it's an extremely funny video, but, I just, it's so weird that the people who watch it are, well, a lot of people who are Sam Hyde fans are alt-right gamers, and, yeah, I don't know, just maybe not the most well-adjusted to society, maybe don't really know how to talk to other people. There's so many people, so, like, in the video, he does have, like, an interview, like, what they attempted to be, like, a real one-on-one interview with Sam Hyde. And the framing of it is set in, like, I mean, I have to imagine that Sam Hyde is the one who, you know, instructed that it be framed this way. The framing is clearly intentionally done. It's got Sam Hyde sitting in, like, you know, just like a fucking, like a living room chair that's positioned, elevated from, like, the sunken down couch that Ian's sitting in. And there's, like, a metal bar posed right in between them and the camera. So it's like they're perfectly separated Sam Hyde is, like, looming over Ian. He's also, like, a very tall guy, and he does work out, so he's fairly in shape as well. But, the amount of comments that are just like, holy shit, this entire video is just something to behold, truly, as Sam Hyde ultimately alphas Ian out of existence. It's no wonder that Ian didn't post his video. He got put to shame. It's just a really weird energy. Like, look, I mean, Ian definitely was making the documentary from, like, a position of superiority. Like, Ian was clearly trying to pose it, and, like, look, you can say what you want about whether or not Sam Hyde is in the wrong for his political beliefs. He's not a politician, though he does have a community of people who follow him. Although, like, I fucking know also, because, like, it's kind of... I don't know where I stand on this, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because it's kind of like the only people who are very open in support of Sam Hyde are kind of people that are, like, so, like, enveloped in alt-right society, which is basically just fucking slash poll, I guess. They're already, like, that's so much a part of their life that I don't think Sam Hyde himself is influencing them that much, I guess. I mean, it's probably not helping them, but, you know, maybe they don't think they need help, I guess. So maybe they're never going to get out of that situation anyways. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, I think it's ignorant and naive to assume that, like, you know, just if you watched Sam Hyde's video on iDubbbz, that, like, that is some sort of gateway into alt-right. Like, I don't believe that at all. Like, I think you can watch a funny video and be like, this guy was funny, but then also say, like, oh, geez, he's kind of a weirdo freak. I don't support this. Like, I don't think that there's no matter how fucking charismatic you are, and I'm not saying that Sam Hyde is that, but no matter how charismatic you are, I really don't think that, that a comedian in general is going to, like, sway your political beliefs one way or the other. But that's aside the point. I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird how fucking, like, I don't know. From my perspective, like, I thought that we had all come to the agreement that, like, this alpha fucking sigma bullshit was, you know, just funny and something we can all make fun of, but the amount of people that were legitimately like, Ian got alpha'd in this video is, I guess it shook to light a side of society I don't really look into that much. Anyways, I think I'm done talking about Sam Hyde. I've said everything I really care to at this point. It's interesting, you know, it's a guy I've literally never heard of. Like, there is an interesting story surrounding him having a TV show and it being, like, swept up instantly that, you know, you can feel however you want to about that. I've never seen anything of the show. I've never seen, like, honestly, any of his, like, standard comedy. Like, I don't even know what you would call, like, what he normally does. I don't know what he normally does. I think he's got, like, his own podcast or something, which is probably to be expected for someone in his space of the internet, but yeah, I don't know what he does other than the podcast, and like the only things I've seen, like I said, were the Ian video and the TED Talks video, both of which are very funny, but I don't know what he does in general, I guess, outside of, like, these larger setup things. I know that a lot of times well, I don't know how much this is him doing it himself, but he has been implicated into a number of mass shootings, to the point where, like, there were, like, I think numerous cases of him getting on the news with, like, you know, his name, his picture being like, we found the shooter, their name is Sam Hyde, like, various pictures of him with guns. which I don't think he was directly a part of any of that. I think that was just 4chan doing 4chan stuff, but he definitely didn't shy away from it or complain about it. Yeah, I don't know. Weird guy. I mean, I have, I guess, conflicted feelings about him, but he's definitely funny. He has his moments. Let's go with that. I think he has his moments is maybe the best way of putting it. I think we all have our moments, but his worst moments are... Yee. Woo. I don't know about those. Him at his worst is worse than most people at their worst, I guess. Anyways, what else do I have to talk about? I've got a few things. It's been a week. I watched Smiling Friends. That was good. Talking about an Adult Swim show that isn't problematic. Oh, wait, no, sorry, it is problematic. Sorry. I forgot that Smiling Friends openly has a blackface cameo. My bad. I didn't mean to get controversial again. But, I mean, this is like, again, this is the hypocrisy. And fucking Sam Hyde talks about, what is it? What's her name? I don't even know. Is it Sarah Silverman? Is that right? Is that her name? I don't really know. I mean, I don't fucking, like... the kinds of comedians you'll find on late night shows, I don't really keep up with, I guess is the best way of putting it. Like, I don't fucking know anything about, like, Will Ferrell. Honestly, that's the only other one that could come to mind. I don't know anything about that space in comedy, because I don't really think that's generally, those are very funny people. But, Sam Hyde a lot has talked about the fucking hypocrisy, and this is like an example that a lot of people use as well, the hypocrisy that, like, it's okay if you put on blackface as a joke if you're openly leftist, but I like, also, like, I hate that fucking example though, because, like, I don't know, it's like, it makes sense though. Like, look, if you're defending minorities or trying your hardest to shine light on these issues, whether you're donating to different causes that need help relating to certain minority groups, question marks, what did I say that was bad? Like, Sarah, the person I was talking about, Sarah Silverman, is put on blackface multiple times as a joke. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, it does make sense that, like, it is taken obviously worse if you are an open racist. Like, I don't know why that's used so much as an example of, like, why is it okay for people on the left to do this when people on the right aren't allowed? And for one, I don't really think it's funny in the first place. Like, like I said, I don't think that Sarah Silverman's funny. I haven't seen a single bit of comedy that she has used blackface in, but I know that she's done it. I'm gonna die, and that's okay. Oh, no, that is not what I was implying. But, yeah, me not thinking that's funny to begin with isn't really relevant to the issue. I think the issue that's being brought up is the fact that, she can do it and not immediately be canceled. Which, like, I mean, for one, it's just edgy to begin with. It's, like, very on the nose of, like, ooh, you're not supposed to do that. There's no real punchline to the joke. I mean, maybe there is. Like I said, I haven't actually seen it, but I really think it's just, talking about blackface, I think it's surface level. Sorry, no, that joke's actually kind of funny. I like that the more I think about it. But, it is just a very surface level joke from what I can see, and at the same time, like, yeah, of course you're gonna get more shit on it if you're, like, openly racist in your private life and in your public life as well. I don't get why that's constantly used as an excuse. I'm done talking. Why? How did I get back on Sam Hyde? How did I get here? Smiling Friends. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Smiling Friends does it. And hey, Smiling Friends does it in a non-surface level way. So I guess I can use Smiling Friends as an excuse. Because the whole premise behind the joke is that, like, he's just a guy. Like, he's just a dude. Like, that's the joke. He's literally just a demon. I'm obsessed with controversy today. I don't think it's that I'm obsessed with controversy. Although, like, I think it's just when you're here, you try and twist it. My own girlfriend's trying to get me canceled. She missed the part where I said I can't do a Nazi salute because my my arm is still stiff from the COVID vax. There, add that to your cancellation list, babe. I'm not gonna fill in the context of that one. What was I saying? Actually reporting me. Yeah, Smiling Friends is good though. I liked it. I think it's a very surreal show. I mean, for one, I think, like, well, it's not the only Adult Swim cartoon to do this, and, like, well, it's maybe the first Adult Swim cartoon to do this in a way that doesn't immediately make me want to puke. Is that fair to say? I think that it's the first Adult Swim animated show that uses multiple different mediums of animation or just, like, media in general. Like, there are some live action bits to it as well. It's the only show I've seen do that where it doesn't just look like a disgusting mess. There are probably some examples other people could use that I've just never seen, but it's the first example I've seen of a show use, like, there's claymation in it. I guess that's the biggest one, huh? There's claymation. There are just, like, a variety of animation styles, though, like Pym, the Hobbit ass motherfucker from the Enchanted Forest episode. This is probably my favorite episode, for those wondering. But yeah, he's, like, animated in an entirely different style. He's, like, so fluidly animated. I think it's supposed to, well, it's very clearly supposed to look like, the Hobbit from the original Hobbit animated movie. And it looks really, really well done. It doesn't feel awkward. It doesn't feel out of place. It just works smoothly, and I don't know how they made it work. It just works. It just looks good. So yeah, I don't know. Cool. I like it. It's the only show where you can get a number 15 Burger King foot lettuce reference. So that's good. It was really fucking jarring hearing Chills show up to get that one-off line, but I can't say I'm too surprised because I know that Zach absolutely loves Chills and thinks he's hilarious as just a guy who exists. So not too surprised. I know, wasn't it? I don't remember if Zach asked for the cameo or if someone got the cameo done for him, or maybe it wasn't even a cameo. But I know that at some point, someone got together a cameo-esque video from Chills sent to Zach. And I feel like that's probably how Zach got in touch with him to do the line for the show. Not that I imagine it was too much work for him. Literally just had to say, I'll take the number 15. But yeah, good show. I hope to see more of it. I mean, it's cool that Zach is doing well after everything that happened with Hellbenders, and I mean, that was kind of a mess. I don't know the full story of what happened to Hellbenders. I just know that it was kind of like swept up underneath them and taken away when everything was like, they were told that everything was going fine and that, like, things would be great, and then all of a sudden there were, like, differences with what Adult Swim was expecting or something, and I don't really know how it happened, but eventually they just decided to can it. So, unfortunate, and it was like, I don't know, kind of like a year of their life taken away. I know Oni's doing well just on his own. Chris O'Neill. I mean, they do a lot on the Oni Plays channel. It's way more active than I thought it would ever be. Like, whenever, I don't know, just in general, I'm kind of, like, skeptical of that when, like, a channel that's not known for gaming is like, hey, I'm gonna do a gaming channel, it usually, like, I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say falls off, but like just gets neglected, and then, you know, there's nothing to it anymore. But the Oni Plays channel has always been fairly active. Not super active, but still going, at the very least. I kind of wonder, I don't know, because I don't watch Oni Plays that much, but occasionally I'll watch, because they, on their own channel, I don't know, it's funny, you can look at it cynically if you want to, but it's also like, you know, from a YouTube marketing analytics perspective, it makes sense that they not only do like individual episodes of stuff, but then like will repeatedly upload like full series of blank, and it's just like a slightly edited compilation of every single bit of content. They do a lot of compilations on their channel of their own content. I would say that about 50% of the content made is new content, and 50% is old content recycled in a new clean look, which is fine. You know, you can just skip it if you've already seen it. It's whatever. Like I said, it makes sense, and you know, it gives a reason for people to come back to the channel and be like, hey, it's not dead, even though they haven't released like new content in weeks. They put a nice little highlight reel. That's fun. But I do wonder, like, I guess I don't really know what Chris is doing outside of like he's making a game, right? Is that like his main thing that he's doing right now? I have no idea. I don't know if Oni Plays is like monetized to a large degree. Does it have like a Patreon or anything? No clue. It must though, right? Like it fucking must, because like I really have no clue how Chris is like living if that's not monetized. Because I mean he's presumably working on a game for, you know, a large amount of his time, and then the rest of the time goes into Oni Plays or who knows what the fuck. But, yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe he's just got, like, a normal job. Maybe he's just, like, a normal human. Kind of weird to imagine in today's day and age. But, yeah, I'm glad Zach found his way. I don't know, I mean, who knows, like, how it came to be. I mean, it definitely probably helped a lot that Michael was on board and that him and Michael were friends. I mean, Michael already got his own show as a personal project on Adult Swim, which was good. I think I definitely like Smiling Friends more than YOLO Crystal Fantasy, but like, I mean, there are still good moments in YOLO as well. Not to shit on the Australian-centric YOLO. It was also a good show. I don't know, like, so I would imagine that, like, yeah, don't fucking touch me, bat. I would imagine that Smiling Friends is definitely coming back because everybody loves Zach. Everybody loves Raymond, and, Corey in the house. I didn't know where to fucking end that joke. I couldn't think of something else that everybody loves. Sorry. Okay, I think there's, like, no doubt that Smiling Friends is going to come back to Adult Swim because, like, people are fucking crazy about it. Like, especially after the pilot episode came and there was, like, you know, no confirmation on whether or not the series was going to continue. People were fucking rabid. They're like crazy little freaks on the internet being like, Adult Swim, please, please, Adult Swim. I won't be able to live. Smiling Friends is my insulin, and you're taking away my lifeblood. I hate it when the slash attack doesn't work. But that was a pretty good run. I'm so consistent today, which makes me feel good about my chances tomorrow. I need to get better at barrels, but like I really do think that turning farther to the right is helping. I don't know why that's helping. I don't think that should help. Like, just using my brain, I'm like, most of the time when it didn't work, it was because I would hold down the jump button and get pushed out of the tree instantly. So I don't know why turning before jumping would fix that issue, but it seems to. Like, maybe you have, like, a rectangular prism hitbox, and turning it rotates your hitbox. I doubt it, but it's plausible. I have no idea how the inner machinations of Hobbit for PC work, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I'm glad to see that Zach's, you know, he's finally getting into the industry he's always wanted to be a part of. Well, I don't know. He's always seemed to fucking despise and hate animation, but I wonder how he feels about it now. I mean, animation fucking sucks. Like, truth be told, like if you care about making something well animated, which I don't know. I mean, you could argue that Smiling Friends is like kind of stiffly animated. It's not Family Guy levels of stiff, which, you know, I think Zach will always try and push towards being the case. But you know, you have to cut corners, I guess, when you are making a you know, multi-episode TV show, right? Like, you can't put in the effort required to make everything like completely fluidly animated, which is why you've got things like Rick and Morty, and like almost everything uses the Rick and Morty style animation nowadays, which is like you set up like rigs for everything, and then you're just, sorry, almost threw up, you're moving limbs independently. Dude, I'm like very sick. I was really debating not streaming today because I still feel ill from the vaccine. Like, I'm sweating profusely, but I'm trying to ignore it. But I really wanted to stream before I do, for a number of reasons I wanted to stream before I do the races tomorrow. It's for practice, and also, like, I would feel very awkward, like, just jumping into my stream after not being here for, like, you know, over a week, and then not even talking about anything in, like, my usual fashion, just, like, going straight into racing. I tried to banter last race sesh. I really did. Like, I wanted to fucking banter more, but, like, I threw out an opener that I thought would be a good test to see how willing people were with bantering. I did the... It was planned. It was planned for weeks. I did the, anybody else give themselves listeria for fun lately? And, didn't go over so well. I felt intense silence there, so I just cleaned up my act and decided, all right, I guess we're just going to be talking about the game for however long these races are going to be going for, which kind of sucks. Like, I don't know, but it's also like you can't. I mean, you only have so much control over the group of people you're playing with, I guess is the best way of putting it. It's like you know, you gotta play to the entire group, not just to yourself. Like, it would be selfish of me to like, you know, try and force everybody else into fucking weird-ass banter topics no one cares about, instead of just talking about the game, if, like, most of these people, in general, just talk about the game on their own streams. So, I shifted to accommodate that, but it's definitely not my style. I try and talk about the game as little as possible, which, you know, for better or for worse, I guess. It has its ups and its downs. There are certainly moments where I wish I could just talk about the game, because I often find myself with very little interesting things to say. But, oh dude, Al-Kharid, pumping that Al-Kharid jam, making me think about my girlfriend losing her cat pet. I'll talk about RuneScape leagues in a bit, I guess. That is something we've been doing. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll just pivot to it now. I'm trying to think if I have anything other I want to talk about Smiling Friends. I don't think so. I think that, you know, it's cool that they've got their thing going for them now. And they've certainly been trying at it for a while. I mean, the pilot episode they did mostly by themselves took forever. So, I mean, I don't know. Animation just sucks. It takes forever, even if you're doing it the cheap way, the efficient way. Even if you're cutting corners, it's just animation is disgusting. And I understand why nobody wants to work in it. Especially because, like, I don't know, depending on where you work in animation, it is not very well paid. Anyways, well, I could have gotten another long jump there. Failure of movement. Absolute failure of a Hobbit gamer. Yeah, fucking. So we've been playing RuneScape leagues, which is kind of. I fucking hate when I ledge grab there, but at least I don't die. I always think I'm going to die when that happens. We've been playing the what are they called? Shattered Relics League, I think is the name of it. It's been fun. It's actually been fun playing RuneScape. I got my friend Austin, who has been he's been my friend since fucking elementary school, since 2nd grade in elementary school. Austin's great. We talk all the time. I feel like I've talked about Austin a few times on stream, but I said I was gonna get in touch at some point this week, and then I am like miserably sick, so I haven't set dates on that yet. But I'm sure I'll talk to Austin over the weekend at some point. But it's been fun just chatting in RuneScape chat with him, because like, I mean, that was one of the main things we did together growing up, was we were fucking RuneScape gamers, dude. RuneScape gamers. You wanna spend the night at my house and play RuneScape till, I don't know, maybe 12 a.m.? Might get a little risque at midnight, you don't know. Might throw a fucking house party at midnight. Might invite the boys over to the Falador, what is it called? I forgot the name of it, like, literally yesterday, and now I'm forgetting the name of it again. The Falador balloon popping extravaganza. I'm talking about RuneScape. What do you think? What does it sound like I'm talking about? Does it not sound like I'm talking about RuneScape right now? Yeah, Austin and I played RuneScape probably well past the point where we should have stopped. I definitely wore my I'm addicted to RuneScape sweatshirt my mom gave me for far longer than I should have. But yeah, we've been doing a little bit of RuneScape, which has been good. And you know, I just like, the leagues are just so much more fun to play than the actual game. So Austin typically plays Iron Man, which is disgusting. And I let him know that that's disgusting on a regular basis. 'Cause it is like, ugh. I can't even think about what that's like in the actual game. So, the leagues force you into playing Iron Man as well, but, like, it hardly fucking matters, because you get just an absurd amount of experience for everything. You have so many quality of life teleports, like, there's so much that leagues just, like, make more fun about RuneScape that it's impossible to play the game when there isn't a league going on. So yeah, I do genuinely recommend, if you like have any interest in RuneScape, now is the time to play, or if not now, just whenever any future leagues are happening, because they're genuinely good fun. I got a sick ass little relic that lets me do poison damage, and that seems like an ungodly easy way to cheese like a lot of combat encounters. I haven't tested it, but I assume that it works with magic, and if it doesn't work with magic, it definitely should work with ranged. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like combat will never be an issue, which is something I look forward to. Like, I can't imagine, like, you just fucking drop the poison on the enemy and run away. And the relics level up as well, so at level 2 it makes me poison immune. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm set for life already. Although, while I do have what I would say a couple choice relic fragments that I've gotten, my girlfriend has gotten much more lucky with just, like, the amount of relics she's gotten. She's gotten, like, 5 or 6 of them out of random drops from skilling. I feel a little bit left out there. But anyways, yeah, it's been fun. I don't know, there's not, like, too much interesting to talk about with RuneScape, other than, like, I've been leveling up. And not in, like, the CSI way. With the Brave New World expansion, sorry. I don't know, it's been kind of funny seeing people, like, walk around with cats. I'd give you some if you could. I don't know what that's even in reference to because I fucking streamer brain. Literally, whatever I say exits my mind immediately after I say it. Oh, your fragments. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, I don't care for them, honestly. They're shitty fragments, and, yeah, honestly, my fragments are just better. I don't even care. I'm honestly not even upset that you have so many fragments. Like, it's not jealousy or anything that's talking right now. Like, I don't even care. You can keep them, whatever. I don't care. Not even upset. Yeah, but it's been really funny seeing, like, because generally in RuneScape, you, like, never see anybody with pets out for a number of reasons. One, it's like, there's no reason to have your pet out. Two, pets kind of require a lot of, like, microing, especially, like, the kittens when they're a baby. But even, like, the fucking, like, even if you get it all the way up to, like, a wily cat, I think you need to have your cat chase like a mouse every 3 seconds or it turns into a lazy cat. I don't think it's that extreme. It's like every 3 hours. I don't remember exactly how that works. It's been forever since I had a wily cat in RuneScape. But it is very strange seeing everybody with little kittens following them. But the reason is because with every league comes, like, league challenges you have to do. And one of the first ones they ask you to do in this league is beat the Gertrude's Cat quest, which gives you a cat. So it's quite funny seeing everyone walk around with a little guy following them. And now I have to say the sad story. I alluded to it earlier, but my girlfriend did lose her cat in maybe most, like, absolutely hilarious and embarrassing way possible. So we were just, like, checking off tasks on the league task list, and one of the beginner ones is to cut a cactus in the Caridian Desert to get water from it. So we accidentally forgot that, had to go back to where there were cacti, and, like, we were, like, walking back and forth in, like, the lizard area, just like a slayer monster. But eventually we found the cacti that we were, you know, able to cut into, and some of them were in, like, the lizard area. And I cut open a cactus, and it didn't work for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I didn't get any water from it. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe I just, like, accidentally didn't let the animation finish or something. But whatever it was, it didn't work for me. So my girlfriend tried it, and it worked for her first try, and she was like, look, it worked. And then I think she, like, went to do it again? I don't know why, to, like, prove a point, or maybe she was still talking about it from the first cactus. All I knew is that I got a glimpse of her. Like, I was just focusing on myself and my own cacti. But then when she said, look, it worked, I glanced over to her, just, like, standing still, while a lizard fucking beat into her, like, 3 times and killed her. And for those who... That was awesome. For those who don't know, if you die with your pet out, and it is not one of your 3 protected items, it's just gone. Like, it is completely gone. And the Wikipedia page for it is, like, the saddest thing ever. It's like, your pet will wander around your dead body for 30 seconds, like, looking around confused before running away. And even if you make it to your body within 30 seconds, the pet will still run away. There is literally no saving it, which is awesome. I think the only way to save a pet is to, like, get it insured for, like, 1,000,000 coins or something. 1,000,000 GP, 1 milli, as the gamer parlance goes. Oh, that was sick. Sick movement. But, yeah, fucking, I don't know. Honestly, I could be talking out of my ass. Like, I have no idea how it works. I just, like, skimmed the wiki page and saw the part where I realized my girlfriend could no longer save her cat. Had to break the bad news to her. But my cat's still going strong. I got like 1 hour left until it becomes a real cat instead of just a kitten. And it's going well. It's going well. I think we just got to like tier 3, which is where we can unlock the Trailblazer teleport effect, which is like a portable waystone teleporter, which accesses a lot of convenient places to teleport to. Only problem is, I only have 2. Oh, no, that's not true. I have 3 now. I was gonna say I only have 2 of the Trailblazer relics, but I forgot when I got tier 3, they gave me the Unholy Warrior one, which is also Trailblazer, I think. So that solves that problem. But yeah, fucking who cares about RuneScape? There's only so much that can be said about RuneScape, right? Like, I don't know. Drop party! There you go! I remembered what the Falador party thing was called. It's like, it's exactly what it should be named. It's exactly like it's just the most obvious pick for a name. It is a party in which items drop and you can get them. I need to fucking finish a real run here, though. I am being, like, a lot more consistent, which feels good, but I need I don't know, maybe I should make this, like, a no reset. It's just, like, Overhill is miserable for a lot of reasons. I don't know, I've been having trouble in riddles, though. I mean, partly because, like, I've still not really practiced the new riddle skip that much, and I'm just kind of winging it. Like, I had maybe 1 hour of practice when I first learned it, and everything else has just been what you've seen on tape. I don't play Hobbit at all off stream, which is probably best for my social life. But what else do I have to talk about? I've been going through Symphony of the Night again with Cassidy. Took a slight break from Final Fantasy VI, mostly because, like, I haven't even told her this yet, but, like, I just got, like, a little bit of fucking JRPG fatigue. Like, I said that before we started Final Fantasy. Oh, that was slick, dude. Slick little pause there. I said it before we picked Final Fantasy VI that, like, the next game I play that I'm gonna play with her watching on screen share, I didn't want to be a JRPG, because, like, we've been doing JRPGs for so long. But, you could tell, yeah. I just got a little sick of the JRPG, so I decided to pivot to Symphony of the Night for a little bit. We will get back to Final Fantasy VI, but yeah, just taking a smidge of a break. But Symphony of the Night, man, I mean, I've played through the nice long jump. I played through the game. I probably should have kept that run going, but it just feels bad to die that embarrassingly at the start. Let me fucking break my arm by stretching it. God. Okay. Like, not only, it's like my arm is really stiff and hurts, like, you know, right here on the bicep, but also, like, my fucking gland, like my whatever lymph node, whatever fucking node is under your armpit, is, like, massively swollen. Like, it's swollen to the touch. Like, I fucking looked in the mirror after I took my shower today, and, like, it's like a tangerine. It is very bulbous. So I'm glad my clothes are baggy, because it's you know, it's not the most flattering look. It hurts though. It also hurts. Anyways, am I doing something else after Hobbit runs? No. I just want a little bit of Hobbit action. I was gonna finish up. And I'm probably gonna finish up soon-ish, because I genuinely feel like I'm gonna vomit at any moment. And now I'm joking. Yeah, I don't feel too good. I don't feel too good. Mr. Stark, or whatever the fuck. I've never watched Marvel. Marvel is, like, I don't know, man. Marvel has got to be, like, the least interesting thing in the world. Like, I mean, it's just, like, it's, you know, Is that a good enough argument against Marvel, or do I have to actually say things? It's just like, you know, it's just a different brand of anime. It's a brand of anime I don't really like, and yeah, I'm not into it. I'm not into the whole Marvel thing, so forgive me for butchering the quotes. But anyways, Symphony of the Night, great game, best game, like actually genuinely one of the best games. Although I do have one complaint. Can I put a formal complaint out there against bat form? So I remember, like, because I don't even know if I finished my sentence earlier. This is like the 4th or 5th time I played through Symphony of the Night. I love the game. I didn't finish it through all of those playthroughs because it is like a decently chunky game to get through. It's not that chunky though. And in fact, through this most recent playthrough, I'm kind of realizing, like, damn, the game's shorter than I thought it was. Like, especially if you kind of know where everything is, and I mostly knew where everything was. There's not a lot of backtracking, which is good, and it feels good as a gamer. It feels good to not have to backtrack. I've been so bad at this today. I'm fine taking a second try, though. I can still easily PB with a second try here. Yeah, it's felt good going through Symphony of the Night again until bat form. I had absolutely no recollection of where bat form is, and when I found it, I immediately realized why. Okay, I'm gonna spoilers for Symphony of the Night, if anybody fucking cares about spoilers for Symphony of the Night. It's not even like major spoilers or anything. There is one major spoiler that I've been good about keeping from my girlfriend, which hopefully I don't think she would look up too much on her own, but there is a big spoiler that I've been trying to keep secret. By the way, there is a spoiler. Don't look it up, since I know she's in chat. But yeah, so slight spoiler. Mist form is like, I don't know, in my head, I kind of like attributed the entire area where you get mist form to mist form. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the mist form area. When I get there, when I found it, I was like, okay, I know exactly what I'm in for. There's like the Minotaur and the weird little freak boss fight. And then I get mist form. There's like a whole area and boss I have tied to mist form in my head. So I knew exactly where that was and what I was getting when I got there. Bat form, I had no recollection of. Well, that sucks. I had no recollection of, and also, I see why. Because, like, goddamn. So that's like the biggest gripe I would put towards Symphony of the Night. If I had to make any complaint, it would just be that, like, I wish the specified, like, kinds of locked doors were showcased on the map. Like, for example, there are a few blue doors that you need a special key item to open blue doors, and there are many, like, mist could pass doors. I wish there was literally any indication on the map where those were, because literally all you have on the map is, like, it shows where there's an open doorway or a tile of space that you haven't explored. And you just have to squint your eyes at, like, the entire fucking world map and figure out, like, where do I think I might be able to do something now? Unless you're, like, taking notes on exactly where every single mist could pass door is, every single blue door is. So, like, I did get a little hung up on the blue doors, too. I couldn't remember where all the blue doors were, and there was, like, one important one. But, especially the mist could pass one, like, the little fucking grates, because, that's where bat form was. It was literally, like, an area we had almost entirely explored already, but there was just one room that had a mist could pass grate in it, And why do I keep pressing Q on accident? And on the other side of the mist could pass grate was bat form. There was like no fucking like fanfare regarding it. There was no lead up to it. Like I said, it was an area we'd been to like multiple times and almost fully explored. So unlike mist form, I didn't have any area tied to it in my mind. Beyond that, it was in like kind of a secret room, I think. I can't even remember how you get into that room. And beyond that, there was like absolutely no like boss leading up to bat form, which is crazy because like bat form is significantly more impactful than mist form. Like mist form is effectively, when you first get it, just like a key in the same way that the blue door key works. Like you can use it to get slightly extra height in like a few jumps, but other than that, like it's more or less just a key. So it's very strange that mist form got all this like grandiose attention, and bat form is just like, oh yeah, we shoved it in the fucking broom closet over there in this area you passed through 8,000 times. Sorry about that. But there it is, in case you want it, I guess. So, I mean, it's picked up now. There's like, I don't know, maybe like 30 to 40 minutes of backtracking looking for it, which is not that bad in the whole scheme of things. You know, you should probably expect more backtracking in a game like Symphony of the Night. It's kind of like its bread and butter is backtracking and finding out new places you can go in the places you've already been. But not like that. Like, I really do take a little bit of issue with how bat form was treated. It just feels bad when it's an area you've passed by multiple times. You just happen to forget that there's a grate in it, and oh, there's the most impactful item in the entire fucking game. That just feels kind of gross. But other than that, it's like Symphony of the Night is still like, this is just gonna be one last no reset run, and then I'm fucking ending the stream afterwards before I puke. No reset after I get out of Dream World, obviously. But, yeah, Symphony of the Night is still, like, masterclass of design. Like, I don't know, everything about it, I love it. And, like, I saw, I think it was Ortiel, which I never pronounced correctly, Ortiel. Fucking toe man, cookie clicker guy. I think he retweeted, it was like an art post regarding like different ways you can tile like the empty space for interior tiles in video games. Like, how do I phrase this? Like, you know, you've got the tiles that you're standing on, and then like what do you do with all of that interior space that the player can't walk in? And there's obviously numerous ways you could handle it, and the post was going through as many like listed examples as they could think of, probably. I found it extremely funny. They had a reply to that post, like their own reply to that post, which included like in-game examples of them, because the first post was just like mock-up examples of like the concepts they were talking about. And then the second post they made was in-game examples in various games. And I absolutely loved that, in about, like, I don't know, they had maybe 10 total examples of different styles that you can do. And in about 6 out of those 10, the in-game examples included Symphony of the Night. And I was like, hell yes, dude. Because it is really fucking cool how, like, it's still, like, one cohesive art style in Symphony of the Night, but I don't know, it just, like, every single area does things differently and makes it feel more interesting than the last. There's just a lot of cool area design in Symphony of the Night. You know, it's a lot like the same reasons I like Symphony of the Night so much are in La Mulana. I think La Mulana does an even better job. Like, La Mulana is genuinely, I think, one of the best games ever made that I don't know, I find it really hard to recommend to people because I also think it's like a complete dog shit game from a playability aspect, but La Mulana is like, I don't know. It's as close I would ever say to a game being perfect in trying to accomplish what it tries to accomplish. Not that there aren't any flaws to it, but like it's set out to have like a certain experience, and I think that La Mulana did it perfectly. Anyways, aside the point, I really just loved that that post became like a Symphony of the Night appreciation post. It was like all the replies to it too were like, Symphony of the Night's goated, let's go. And it is kind of goated. I can't deny it. Alright, so I'm glad that on the run I've claimed to be my broccoli run, or the run that I'm not going to reset on, is also just like kind of good so far. I never look at my timer, so like I have no fucking clue how far ahead or behind I am, but I just kind of feel it out by my own gameplay. Like, I don't know, I find it funny when people suggest like me hiding my timer from myself as if that'll stop me from feeling bad about a run. It has... Oh, that was actually the closest it's ever been without me falling there. Jesus Christ. I thought I was dead for sure. And I was about to cry because I don't want my no reset run to turn into dog shit. But yeah, people are like, hey, just turn off your timer if you feel bad about, you know, going slow. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Like, I can tell when I'm going slow. I don't think that's different for any speedrunner, honestly. I mean, maybe if it was like, you know, a multi-hour long run, yeah, I might forget here and there what mistakes I've made. But in a run that I should be able to do in like 15 minutes, there aren't many surprises when I turn around and look at my timer. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of exactly how I thought that would look. I did fuck up troll hole skip like 30 times. Thank you for noticing, timer. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to RuneScape. I'm excited to do races tomorrow. I'm excited to... Hey, I'm moving out also. Like, that's going well-ish. Well-ish. So we've decided, we've landed on... I know I said we've gone back and forth on this. We are going to move up to Washington instead of coming down to Houston. So... I feel like I kind of briefly mentioned that in like one of my past streams, but just to be clear about it. I don't fucking remember what I said like a week ago, so maybe I did, maybe I didn't say that, but we are moving to Washington. Well, I'm moving to Washington. She's already there. But there are some things that are certainly daunting about it. Like, so we're not taking my cat in the car, because I just, like, that would have actually been like the most miserable experience I can imagine. Taking like a 4 to 5 day trip with a cat in the car seems just awful. And beyond being just awful, it seems like really dangerous too, as far as like the cat potentially escaping at some point. So yeah, glad we don't have to go with that. I'm basically just going to drive my car up there with my dad now. Originally I was going to drive up with my mom, but my dad agreed to drive up with me, and then at some point my mom will like come to visit us, and she'll bring my cat with her on the plane. Flying first class with that little guy. Probably not, but first class, what an experience. I flew first class a lot growing up as a kid. I know that sounds privileged as hell. Which, I mean, it is, I guess. But it's not in the way that you might think it is. I flew first class a lot because, my mom worked at the airline. So, she got free first class tickets whenever they were available. Anyways, aside the point, I guess the only thing I was gonna say is, I don't really remember first class being all that different. But I'll also, like, I don't know, I was, like, 6 years old, so I probably didn't appreciate the added legroom. Anyways, yeah, so that's the plan for moving up there. We're still looking for places. There are far less places available in where we're going to move, which makes sense. It adds up. It is like a much smaller town, so no surprises there. Dude, I fucking hate this little ledge. This is like by far the most awkward little ledge in the game. Glad to be out of there. The run's going well. I should maybe focus up a little bit, because that's my problem with riddles, is that I keep treating it like it's, a nothing split, when it used to be a nothing split. Used to be like, once you get past that first little area, you're free and in the clear. But now that I'm doing this trick, fuck, that's so far to the right. God damn, dude. The camera is impossible to trust there. I swear to God, the camera looks different every single time I do that jump. Whatever, dude. Anyways, my movement is still really bad here, but it's gotten better. I am doing some long jumps. I used to just spam slash jumps repeatedly, so here's some improvement that's been done. My movement here has gotten slightly better too, but it's still not great. There's a lot to improve as far as Hobbit goes. Not that I really care to, honestly. I just, I'm here to make funny haha jokes and talk about shit no one cares about, like Sam Hyde. And that's basically the extent of my existence, which you'd think would put me on like a mental decline, but honestly, I'm kind of cruising with it lately. There were certainly times where it put me on a mental decline, but I've owned it. I've owned it at this point. I'm having fun with it again. Though, I don't know, streaming, it's fucked. Like, it really is. It's impossible to not get affected by numbers at all. And I talked about that a little bit in, like, every stream I've ever done. Talked about that a little bit here and there, everywhere. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking... When websites like Twitch and YouTube, like, absolutely push the fucking stats in your face constantly, I mean, for one, it's impossible to avoid, and another, it's kind of impossible to not be upset by it. And I think that's, like, by intention from YouTube and Twitch's point of view, is that, like, yeah, obviously they only fucking care about you if you're doing well. So if you're not doing well, it's kind of like you're getting a slap on the wrist from your boss, being like, ooh, you really fucked up this stream. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm, constantly trying to get over it, though it is, to some degree, impossible to get over. What the fuck, I'm plus 40? Oh, yeah, I did die. That's right. That's funny, dude. So funny. I was like, I literally just talked about the fact that I can't be surprised when I look over at my splits, and I just entirely forgot that I had died on riddles just now. Yeah, I knew that angle was bad. I tried to move my mouse, but... God damn it. I've done the slash jump a few times before. Why does he hate me so much? Why don't he love me, man? Okay. I think I'm just never going to try and do that slash jump. I did it a few times, like in the past, but I never really realized how difficult it was to do it consistently, I guess, so that's dead. Never trying that again. Damn it. We're doing all right, though. We're, 40 seconds. I think I can, even though I'm doing pretty poorly in Flies and Spiders, too. Probably experimenting with, with doing the slash jump on that rock is not something that I should be doing right about now, but Flies and Spiders sloppy aside, sloppy Flies and Spiders aside, let me walk a little bit to set my clip warp in case I fuck this up. Although I just stood there for a little bit anyways. God damn it, dude. I truly do hate this this slope boost. I always fuck it up somehow. I don't know, was I not angled? Well, obviously I wasn't angled, right? I got the slope boost, it just sucked. Okay. And then there it goes again. God damn it, dude. I hate it. It's not even like it's well, I don't know. It is a pretty big time loss. It's not that much of a time loss. It definitely feels worse than it is. And it's also just like the most clumsy thing to jump out of there every single time. Maybe this is not PBable anymore. Okay, well that's not helping. God damn. It's like, there are things that I probably should practice in this run, but I absolutely refuse to. I would rather just do more no reset streams. Like, this positioning... Okay, whatever. Maybe my positioning was off. I did move slightly there. I guess I should be slightly closer to the edge and look a little bit more left than I was looking, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Look at that. Fitting in long jumps in all new places. I know how to play this game. Nice. Now that I've started treating that as not a grounded slope boost, it's been working way more consistently for me. I just like jump slightly and then do the slope boost, the jump attack. It's the same thing I've been doing for the end of Overhill as well. It's just waiting a little bit before my slope boost. All right. I try and do this quickly now because, like, I've realized that this part is not nearly as precise as the tree part, which is funny because previously I thought the tree part was free, and the slope boost is what gave me difficulty. See, it just pushes me out instantly. I don't even know what causes that. And I tried to rush that there. That was bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I cannot explain why this tree has it out for me, but it truly fucking does. Like, I was so far out that time, like, way out, bro, like, radical. Like, that feels good. It just shoved me. It just shoved me. I don't know. I knew that one... Oh, I don't even have my charge back yet. I knew that one more tip-tap would put me in the gutter. Okay, I'll try it. There you go. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting anxious and pressing W too quickly. I mean, I've got an input display for that. I guess I could, like, look back at the tapes and mock myself, but who knows why I can't do this anymore. It probably is just impatience with my W input. But I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't wanna risk this. It's hard to say. It just, when you're doing it, it really just feels like you're not doing anything differently and the game is just punishing you. But it probably is just like bad muscle memory getting me down every time. Which is fair, you know? That's fair. Never will I ever learn where you're supposed to do long jumps here. Never will I ever. That one, now that one, whoo, that one felt good. That's gonna save me. Oh, I probably should have done the jump I'm supposed to do there, though. Yeah. Yeah, that one's rough. Fuck. I got so excited with my extra long jumps there that, I just forgot what I was doing entirely. Happens to the best of us, and by that I mean probably like one of the objective worst of us. Not very good at this. But I try. I try. And I'm here, you know? At least I'm here. I feel like the Hobbit community, it had like its big boom. I feel like we're in a Hobbit recession at this point. I feel like it's dropping back to Hobbit normalcy. I can't even tell if I'm moving. I am moving. This is maybe... I know I said last time my angle was bad. This is like the worst angle I've ever had. I cannot fucking tell that I'm moving. Except like the very left edge of my screen. This sucks. But whatever. Alright, 2 minutes. 2 minutes behind. I'm not going to be setting any PBs. I might be able to pull it back to a sub 20, though. It's plausible sub 20. I feel like I got slight confidence back with barrels now. Flies and spiders is always sloppy. Riddles, I just had one bad death, but other than that, it was fine. Am I stopped? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone pretty well today. Especially, like, I feel like, I don't know. It really feels like your first runs of the day are going to be your best. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but for me especially. Like, the first few runs I do feel cracked as hell, and then I feel like I fall off. I feel like I fall off pretty hard. So god damn it. I hate it when you're on the edge and just, okay? And just pressing the shift button makes you fall. It's not very, very good feeling. Am I clipping? Yeah, there you go. Nice. I didn't even fall like 30 times like I'm used to. That's good. That feels a little bit better. Alright, let's line this up a little bit faster than normal, maybe? I feel like wait, is it this one or... No, it's this one. Oh god, I almost lined up with the wrong line. Wait, is it this one? Or is it this? No, it's this one. Fuck. Almost lined up with the wrong line twice. Well, I guess only once, because the first one was the right line. I just thought it was... Wait, was that the wrong line? What fucking line do you line up with there? Alright, so I'm not going to get a sub 20 then. Fuck. What? How do I do this? How do I manage this? How the fuck did I forget what line I'm lining myself up with? I was clearly way too far to the right there. So don't make any Sam Hyde jokes at my expense, please. I was clearly way too far to the right there. But I don't know if my positioning was wrong or if I just had like a really fucked up angle. I feel like I was not lined up with the right line though. None of that felt good. I felt like I fucked up real bad at some point. I don't know how. I don't know how that happened. Officer, I have no idea how I came into possession of these 20 bags of coke. Where the fuck did these come from? Alright, let's try it again. From, hopefully... Dude, it's gotta be this one, right? Wait. This doesn't feel right, though. God. It has to be this one, though. Right? No! Maybe, because that felt like I wasn't even close. I think it is the left one. I think it's the left of those two lines. Maybe I should save, since this is obviously not going anywhere anyways. I should take the time to save here. God, out of anywhere I thought I would be in my Hobbit career, forgetting what the lineup is for inside info, like, literally, I don't know, 30 minutes past when I last did it with no issue. I never saw this one coming. But also I realized that saving is like kind of the coward's way out. And if I'm banking on cowardice, I'll never be able to achieve my goals. There's that traditional masculinity we've all been looking for in society. It's definitely this line, right? I don't know why I was so far to the right that last time. I think I don't know, I guess I scuffed my angle, like, really... Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? I, like, triple tricked myself there. It was, like, the biggest prank I've ever pulled on myself. Alright, let me use, I don't know, it seemed like somewhat more consistent using Crix's, caps lock holding method, which for me is R holding method. Which is, something I'm very used to, playing The Binding of Isaac, so it comes naturally to me. Fucking Isaac, dude. I will never have anything positive to say about Isaac. That's not true. There are positive things to say about Isaac. Just not today. Not today. Alright, well, we made it to the end of a run, you know? We can all clap our hands and cheer to that at the very least. Woo! He did it! He fucking did it! Nobody thought it was possible, but god damn it, he He broke the bounds of our expectations, and he actually did it. I got here so much earlier in the day, and with like an actual PB potential run, and now I'm just miserable. And I guarantee I'm gonna fucking nail it like easily now. Like I fucked up my clip warp earlier, and everything was scuffed about what I did earlier. What? There you go. That was also scuffed there, but we'll live with it. We'll live with it. I think I could have gotten an extra long jump in there. All right, let's fucking wrap up today with a solid sub 30 run. God damn, why am I so bad at grabbing the ladder though? Out of anything to be bad at, like, come on, Bilbo. Thank you. I also fucked up this earlier. Let's see if that was just no. Maybe I need to make it more. No. That felt worse. I feel like what I was doing was just like just like a smidge to the left of this pillar is what I was doing. Oh, whoops. What the fuck? How'd that happen? And it worked immediately after, I don't know, 3 tries? There you go. What is happening that is opening up this menu? God damn, why? That was like the inventory button, not the quest button. What? How am I accidentally opening that? What fucking button combination am I doing today that I've never done before? Feels gross, man. I'll have to look into what the inventory button is and fucking unbind that shit. Because that is gross. Alright. Well, we made it. That's all I can say. You can tell I'm just so done with trying to banter at this point. I'm just saying we made it a bunch. We're in there. Let's go, boys! We did it! We finally finished a run. As if it's anything to compliment myself for. This is like actually the worst run I've done in well, probably a week, which is the last time I've streamed this game. It's the worst run I've done in a week. Alright, well, it was good to be back, you know? I felt like commentary was about as on point as it usually is, and well, yeah, 23-39 is not horrible. It's not going to be winning any races, but considering I died in Inside Info twice and died in Riddles once and had a really sloppy Flies and Spiders. Oh, I died in Warm Welcome too. I had a lot of deaths on this run, and it's still not that bad. It's pretty bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, I don't think it'll be that hard for me to get a PB, but I'm also not at the point where I care about it that much. Like, I am just going to be getting into more variety content regularly, and, you know, I'll still come back to Hobbit every now and then, especially for the races, but it's, you know, it's going to start to be phased out a little bit. It's going to be a little bit less prominent in my streaming life, my streaming career. But yeah, all right, cool stream, cool game, cool gaming. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Aw, dude, let's go. What the fuck? This is always like my least favorite part of every stream, is that I feel like I need to check my viewers at the end of it to see if it's worth rating anybody. And most of the time recently, I've just been, like, really fucking sad. But, no, I can actually do a raid today. Let me go to, yep, thanks, Twitch, for playing music on the front page. Let me go to Hobbit and see if anyone else is streaming Hobbit. All right, nope. No one else is streaming Hobbit. Well, never mind. I guess we're not going to do a raid. That was, like, my only go-to. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sick. I'm going to go, like, vomit for a few hours and then go to bed. It's not true. I'm just gonna be playing RuneScape. But yeah. Thanks for hanging, and I'll be back tomorrow with races. So if you like Hobbit content, get ready for more of that tomorrow. and then I might do something else after the races. But we'll see. Bye!